Hey Nathan, this is my response to your video. I think this was a great response from you. You definitely are challenging the status quo, so I do like that. Uh, so here I do have a couple questions, and I do love to hear your responses to these. So you did bring up how you're kind of comparing transgender athletes, having to who who categorizes themselves with what, and does it really affect the playing field or whatnot? Um, should it even affect the playing field? And your comparison was to steroids, like for baseball players. Like you're very very much right. Where it doesn't matter how much steroids or performing enhancing drugs you have, you still have to have the tactics and the skills and the talent to even play. Who It doesn't matter how far you can hit the ball. You have to be able to hit the ball first. I definitely understand it, and I definitely get where you're coming from. Um, But going back to transgender athletes, and this is my concern, I'm definitely okay with people. I do have my faith does question transgender athletes. It is difficult for me personally to be accepting of it in certain times. I don't have a problem with transgender athletes. I have friends who were considering it. I'm okay. That part's my whole thing comes from my faith where it's God made us perfect. Why would you want to go and change it? But that's really it. The only thing that's holding me back from being 100% do what you need to do type of thing. But my concern with athletes, you have female athletes, you have male athletes. There are some huge differences. Yes, there's some girls who are going to be able to be amazing at the sport than some of the males. That's just how it is. So, knowing your viewpoint, do you think that we should just not have any type of gender categories? Would that be better? Have females and males competing on the same playing field? So having co-ed soccer, co-ed swim teams, co-ed volleyball players. Would that be a better route to go for you, in your opinion, since there isn't necessarily an advantage to you because the girls would still need to know how to dribble a basketball, know how to shoot. So even if they were transgender and becoming male, that wouldn't make a difference, at least from what your standpoint is. So I would love to hear your viewpoints on that. It's something that I've also questioned. Like, all right, let's take swimmer. I'm a swimmer. I'm a water polo player. I played on a co-ed water polo team and a co-ed swim team. I beat a lot of the boys and I held my own on a water polo game, but it is difficult. I'm not the tallest. I'm only 5'5", so my height definitely puts me at a disadvantage. In high school, when I was playing on a co-ed team, I was extremely muscular. I remember looking at pictures and being like, I look like a man, and I don't look beautiful at all whatsoever. I look at those pictures now and I think, hey, you looked great. But whatever. I held my own. I do remember it being extremely difficult. It was fun for me because it was more fun co-ed playing than playing hard. But we had a couple guys that took really bad hits. Like, they took bad hits on us. I remember playing and a guy completely just like picked me up from the back of my back and pushed me up out of the water. Like, he raised me out of the water. All I had was like my hips down. The ref still couldn't see that he was holding me. He couldn't see, but his muscular size compared to, even though I was extremely muscular for a girl, dominated me, and that was really difficult to get out of. And I remember being like, man, like, I'm fast. I'm strong. I am not as strong as him. And it wasn't like he was lifting weights. That was just his natural strength ability. Just throwing it out there. I was good friends with him. So it was just like, I'm not going to be able to compete with that. That is an unfair advantage. So I can see why girls would not want to play on like a co-ed team or a male team, because that is hard. But on the flip side, like you said, as long as the girls are trying hard, they can be better than the boys. It doesn't really matter. My boyfriend's father used to play on a co-ed softball team, and he came in from Boston to Orange County, and they made a group between his guy friends and a bunch of the softball players from OCC. They all got together and they were amazing. They were crazy good. At least that's what he was telling me. And he said that these girls, I mean, the men played the base, like they played the outfield because all they could do was catch. It was the girls who played shortstop and first base and third base and catcher. Like they called the plays. They knew where that ball was going. Yes, they played for OCC, so they had a little bit more training, but those girls tried. Here you had men who played in high school, men who played in junior college as well, but they were not even as close as the girls. And so I understand what you were saying. So going back to my question, do you think that we should wipe out gender category sports? Should it be a USA swim team, a USA hockey team? Should IOC even consider this where it's no longer the the women's hockey team and men's hockey team? Should it just be the USA hockey team? Um, and if we were to do that, do you think that there'd be a lot more support on the female side to push to be better, to be into that category range? Do you think that there would be a good response to it? And how how do you think that you can promote this? Promote a co-ed type of international sports league, I guess. I look forward to hearing your response. I think your video response was great. Definitely challenged a lot of viewpoints. So I do look forward to hearing yours. Have a good day. Bye.